What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? We're here at another episode of the 310 TV podcast. I am your host, the urban juggernaut, Sean Black, a pro wrestler out of here in Inglewood, California, also a community activist. Also, I'm holding down this new series of interviews. We out here on this beautiful day. It's a little gloomy, but as long as we living, breathing, we got some amazing talent and entrepreneurship we over here to talk about. It's always bright. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for tuning in. Make sure to spread word. And we about to get right into it. From our premier guest right here. This is the Trinidadian born?
Culture-wise, I was born in New York, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my heritage. I rep that like I do, like I was born there. That's my thing, though. You know what I mean?
I forgot. I got to use your introduction.
Yeah. Let's go.
We go. So, once again, Trinidad culture. I'm gonna say the next pro wrestling Trinidad icon. You seeing it here first. This is the motion picture Olijah Friday, y'all. Give it up.
Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah. No doubt, man. It's coming along. We had some amazing guests so far. Everybody. The motto of this show is everyone's got a story to tell. We don't care if you're this or that, where you come from, what your sexuality is, all that. We just here to all tell our stories and, a little mentor, a little something that can help somebody, impact the youth or just somebody in need, and just to help to inspire, and no judgment here, no crazy judgment, and no culture. It was the beat used to say, no color lines. I used to like that saying. Color line is just a place to just talk, tell your story, and we're going to start out with my man right here. So, Mr. Friday, tell us where, like I said, born and raised, and, just give a little bit about your background from Trinidad.
I was born November 14th, 1991. Birthday coming up, know what I'm saying? Born in Jamaica, Queens, New York, and raised up in Canarsie, Brooklyn. Then my parents, they came from Trinidad, came to America with my sister, just to live that American dream. You know what I'm saying? So then they had me, and we just been growing up there, and then we moved to Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Kept going back and forth. Mm-hmm. I'm saying, so still going home every now and then. But shout out to Virginia, definitely another home. Definitely home to me as well.
Yeah.
So growing up is just the typical thing, going to school, minding my business, just being a different kid. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't really like into like hood stuff or whatever like that and all that stuff, but it was around me, so I knew about it.
Basically similar to me.
Yeah, like I already knew, like I'm far from hood, but I understand the streets. Simple as that.
Basically the life
I know the rules. Kept it like that, but so just growing up, I was a nerd. I'm still a nerd,
like me.
Like video games, anime, all of that. And I'm just like everybody else.
Did you see the shirt?
Breakfast Club, I see that. So that's just the gist of everything. So nothing nothing spectacular, but like shout out to mom and dad. They definitely, especially even my older sister, they whole family been looking out, making sure I stayed on the right path and everything. Growing up, of course, we make mistakes, we learn from them. But I'm just glad that I'm blessed to be here and about to celebrate a 29th year of life.
Yes, sir.
In like 4 weeks, so I ain't complaining.
Yes. It's beautiful because on this show, the podcast / interview, we talk to everybody from all sides. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm like the fact that we are opening the lane for to show the world that just coming from the hood. Even I'm in places other countries. You grew up in Inglewood? What? Was it shootouts? Was you gangbang? Was you this and that? And I'm like, listen, man, that's all TV hearsay. There's more kids doing the right thing than doing so much the street life aspect. So I'm love to hear stories like this. Did you watch your wrestling background as a kid? Were you like a kid like me, or?
Man, look, I was a fan just like anybody else. Like I grew up in the Attitude Era, cause my parents always worked, so it was really hard. We didn't really have what a lot of people have, with including cable.
Yeah.
So like, you know, if I'm at my cousin's or a friend house and WCW is on, then I'm watching that. But not having cable, we did have UPN. So
Yeah.
every Thursday night, I was at 8 o'clock. I was locked into that TV watching, of course, Triple H, The Rock, Mark
Good old-
Henry, D'Lo Brown.
You was watching SmackDown.
I was watching SmackDown,
Remember,
bro.
Fist SmackDown. Remember that fist that was breaking the stage?
This was even before that.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like the regular, like when SmackDown came out with the PlayStation games and Kurt Angle did the commercials.
Uh-huh.
It was like around that time and everything. Like that's the time I grew up to really see the spectacle of what wrestling is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, like, you know, of course I watch basketball, football here and there, but wrestling did something to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like one of my friends said, like wrestling is like soap operas for men. But like I was like, yo, it's like the storylines is
In a way.
everything. Hey,
Well, for everybody though, yeah.
yeah, it's great. It's like
Yeah.
it's people from different cultures, from different sizes, from different backgrounds, doing this and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up watching all of it, especially the mid card, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, the whole European Championship situation, the Cruiserweight Championship situation, like all of that. It was just like amazing to me.
Yeah, that's dope, man. What wrestler inspired you? Who was your kid? Who's that kid that you? Who's that wrestler that you had to? You had the action figure, a wrestler. You had the action figure. Whatever you did, wherever you were, and whenever you saw them, you stopped the world for. Like everybody got those guys.
First of all, it was definitely rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero. Definitely.
Rest in peace to the great
Like,
Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, we got to touch on that show one day.
Yeah, what's crazy is that he died the day before my birthday, and I didn't find out until my birthday night. It was like, it was my birthday, I got what I wanted, I mean, I had a good day, and then next thing you know, I turn on Raw, everybody in the front, some of them had I Am Your Poppy t-shirts, and then the crowd is just chanting, Eddie, Eddie. And then you see Vince McMahon in the front, and his lowrider mounted. So I'm like, hold on, this better not be what it means.
Yeah.
Then Vince got the mic and said, Eddie Guerrero's passed away. I was crushed to the point where, like, my dad had to pull me to the room and he sat me down and prayed with me about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember he was like, we had like a little prayer for Eddie and his family and all that, because Eddie was definitely one of my favorite entertainers growing up. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's why you always got to tell people.
It's tough. I'm reliving that in my mind. I'm like, whoo.
It's wild.
Yeah.
But for real, like, also, like, a lot of the African American wrestlers were definitely
Shout
heroes
out,
to me.
shout
Like,
out.
know what I mean? Like, watching Mark Henry do it. Booker T, definitely. The Godfather, D'Lo Brown. I mean, the who's who for Ron Simmons, excuse me. It's just so many. It's just so many to go down the list. Like Chris
Yeah.
Jericho, definitely one of them. Just a lot of the big dogs. I mean, but like, I don't. But it's like those are the ones I named were the ones that really got me into it. I loved it because of them. They made it different. They made it spectacular for me to watch and for everybody to watch, in my opinion. I mean, so even Randy Orton, like Randy Orton's a legend.
Yeah.
Like he took a basic move and it became pop culture. So it's like, yeah. So that's the real thing of it.
Beautiful. All right. You are a military man. I would
Yes.
like to hear about what made you go, and if it's okay, you know, current status. You still part of the military, and let's hear a little bit about that.
I joined the Navy. I'm in the Navy. I've been in for about almost 8 years now. I joined because, I graduated high school, then college really rose up in money and everything, and my parents didn't really have that. Like, I had a small scholarship here and there, but not enough to really cover it. So after I graduated high school, I was definitely like just doing my own type of studying, but also like working. And then after that, like a couple years later, it was like my mom was like, "Yo, you need to do something." So lo and behold, it's crazy. I did go to a Navy recruiting office one time, and I got a high score on the test, but the recruiter was like, we need you to get a higher score. I was like, what? I mean, like, this is a good score. What are you talking about? So I was like, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? So fast forward, I got off of work. I was about to go to my barbershop. Went to my barbershop, excuse me. Got my hair cut. About to get my hair cut, and then my barber had this one guy on the chair already, and he's talking. So like I said, what's up to my barber? I'm like, who you got? He's like, you got next. I'm like, all right, cool. And dude was in the chair was looking at me, so I was just like, yo, what's up, man? Everything good? He's like, yeah, everything good, man. How you doing? I'm like, I'm straight. I'm straight. He's like, word, man. How old are you? And when he said how old am I, and then asked if I'm in school, automatically I'm like, oh, this is kind of fishy. So once my barber took the cape off him, he had the whole Navy uniform on. I was like, oh, that's why you asked all the questions. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, yeah, man, shoot. Like, if you ain't doing nothing, give me a call. So I was like, all right, cool. Boom. He gave me his card, and then I called him the next day. And we went over everything, and he got me in. And after that, that's how it happened. So February, around that time, 2013, I went straight to Chicago for boot camp.
Oh, man.
It's wild. It's a crazy journey, dog. Like, it's more the military. Me personally, I feel like it's more mental than it is physical.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna meet different people from different states, different types of life, and how different methods of working.
Yeah.
You know, so it's something you gotta get used to. But like, I took it one day at a time. I had problems really adjusting. Even sometimes now it's like, you know, I'm taking steps mentally to really get myself together. And one time when I came back from deployment, I was watching wrestling.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I legit said out loud, yo, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I've been watching this for years.
Yeah.
So why not? So I Googled the school, I found it. They said come by next week, and within that next time frame, I was in there.
Yeah.
So, and that started my wrestling journey like around 2015, 2016.
All right. Talk to us about your wrestling beginnings, where you were trained at, and yeah, we'll go from there, and eventually we'll go to how you made it on our side. That's where I can chime in a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so your wrestling beginnings.
Man, my wrestling beginnings, it was like around late 2015, early 2016. I started in Virginia Beach, Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, around the Tidewater area of Virginia, as we call it. Shout out to VA again. I started at a place called Hampton Roads Championship Wrestling,
Okay.
which is, to my knowledge, is no longer around, but you know what I'm saying. But
Okay.
I started there, and it was different because, you know, you take your first bump, you're like, oh, this hurt.
Yeah.
But I took it, I was like, oh, this hurt, but this actually feels amazing.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Right.
So, and like, they was like telling me like, okay, you take a bump, can you do this, do that? And me, I watched Tough Enough a lot growing up, so I paid attention to what they were doing for some reason. And from there, I knew how to properly squat, take a bump, sell and all that stuff. I was, geez, I'm saying a lot. It's just been it's been a crazy ride of my lifetime, dog. Like, just reminiscing about this now, it's crazy. I'm glad I came. It's just, and I started wrestling there for a little bit, busting my behind, and also I started with I wouldn't even say my good friend, my brother Billy Dixon. Shout out Billy Dixon. Definitely in the East, making moves, doing what he can. He's a wrestler as well. Repping the LBG community, all of that, like doing it. Like, I'm so proud. Like, I'm proud of him. I'm so proud of him. And he's doing it. We started together, and me and him had like our matches there. And then at the company, I was the Triple Crown. So I won the tag team. I won our nationwide championship. We were sponsored by nationwide. By nationwide, it was pretty much our Intercontinental Championship, and then I won the main title. So like I busted my behind for all of that. And I mean, like, there was times where like I'm going to training after working like a 12-hour period. Me and Billy, we were the first ones there, and also our boy Jay, we were the first ones there. Excuse me, and we're the last to leave. So we were out of there. We probably left there like around 1:30 in the morning. I go back home, and I gotta wake up in like 2.5, 3 hours because I have work. I have to work another 12, 13-hour shift. It's just like, it was hard, but it's just what I wanted. I mean, you gotta work, like, to be great, you gotta make a sacrifice, no matter what it is. I mean, so.
Yeah, and okay, so and then you made the transition. You came to our side of town.
Yeah,
SoCal.
man.
So tell us, like I said, so I'm gonna tell how I met him, and then he can go from there. I was doing the Jacked Wrestling Comedy Improv show with Jason Wayne Christian. Shout out to Jason, man. He really looks out, man, and he gave me. He was. I really appreciate the fact that he gave me something I always wanted to do. I've always wanted to do. I like, as a kid, you want to dream, and I'm glad that pro wrestling actually opened up doors to do not only wrestling but many things. From there, I got to do a little comedy. I got to do music videos. Got to, what I'm saying, just make guest appearances on background and TV, and it's a beautiful thing. And so Jason opened up the door to do improv wrestling comedy. So check out Jack Wrestling Comedy. I think it's gonna come back soon. And matter of fact, we'll probably get him on here that day, one day. And so one day I was told I'm gonna do a scene with this guy, and I was like, who's this guy? Like I didn't know, but when you hear wrestlers train, it's a natural trust type bond, and I trusted Jason, and we had a great little improv thing and show we put on. What was it, like 30 minutes, I think?
It was like a little, like 20, 30 minutes long.
30 minutes, yeah. And I was playing Suge Knight, and he was playing.
Washington.
Yeah, Jay Washington was playing Dr. Dre. And
Shout
he
out
was
to
playing.
Jay, bro.
He was playing Tupac, and we had a great night. Plus, it's Hollywood, so it's just a beautiful thing. We put on a nice hot show on the Hollywood Boulevard, a comedy thing, a comedy improv, and then just to have a little crowd. Brian Kendrick came to see
Brian
me.
Kendrick, dog.
He came out to support.
Like that was, I would say, like coming out here, that was probably like my first real surreal moment, like sharing the locker room with somebody.
Yeah.
And I remember the first thing he told me was like, "Don't work out." I was like,
Yeah,
cool.
we can't be celebrity Brian.
Yeah, I
we
get it.
got to be on the same league.
Yeah, like in the game, I get it. It was just like I kept my composure, I kept it cool. Know what I mean? But I was just like, I had questions because I grew up watching this, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he like gave me the details, the inside and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was definitely dope.
Shout out to Brian Kendrick. Hopefully he can come to the backyard. That would be dope.
Right.
He around here. I won't say where he at, but I'm gonna ask his sister. But shout out to Brian. And then so like I said, from there, you know what? And I'm pull back the curtain a little bit. I don't care. Hey, we got tequila and squirt.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Sure.
There's a lot of camaraderie between African American wrestlers. And I look out for everybody, no matter your race, but especially when I see new brothers come to the scene, I've always been the type to give the gifts that I was blessed with. When I came in the game, Famous B, shout out to Famous B, he really took me under his wing. And I went to college with Willie Mack. And Willie Mack was the one who, I went to Southwest College. Shout out to Southwest, the Hood College. And Willie Mack introduced me to Santino's wrestling school. So there's a lot of camaraderie between African American wrestlers, and I want to keep it that way. Shout out to all the black wrestlers. Let's keep doing it. So, I introduced him. I thought he was a cool dude, and I gave him some connects that I had, and he mixed in the scene too. And things like that, and I was able to. We was talking about earlier. I was able to. One time I was going on the road, and I literally invited him on the road. I'm like, hey, look, I'm wrestling in Vegas. If you want to share some rooms, let's just have some. Say if you don't get on the show, we can have some fun. You a brother. We got shake it up in Vegas, have a little fun. He came along, and he ended up getting on 2 shows. And he made the connects too. So that's a beautiful thing.
Shout out to Manny Mars too for joining us.
Yeah, Manny Mars. Yeah, we got to get you down here. So
I would like to say, thank you for that, because I really appreciate that, bro. Because I feel like if I didn't go, I would not have the Las Vegas connections I do. You know what I mean? And plus, it was my birthday weekend that time, and you took me out to Vegas, bro. So of course I was like, it was worth it. It was fun. So yeah, dog. I appreciate you for that. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. So tell us just about how's the SoCal scene been so far, and what's the difference between the SoCal scene and the scene you originally from?
I would say where the SoCal scene, I was trained and like NWA old school type of wrestling. So like holds and all that for like 30 minutes and everything. Like watching Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen, I said the Four Horsemen, so that's Magnum TA.
Magnum TA.
Shoot, Jack Briscoe, all of them. Like growing up watching, as they call the good stuff. Now I mean, it was definitely fire. Like I would say, the match that really captivated me, is between Ric Flair and Kerry Von Erich, and also the steel cage match with Magnum TA and Tully Blanchard.
Old school. No,
Boy,
Tully, yeah.
like when Magnum TA took that piece of the chair, just went down here in his head, I was like, whoa, like,
Yeah.
you know.
The territory days, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It was just such a art. It's such an art form to me to this day.
Yes.
You know, like whatever you do creatively, like, hence my words, people. Whatever you do creatively, please, like, put it out there. Make it, like, learn the past of it, but also make it your own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, like, I just put up a post on my Instagram saying, like, you know, like, I'm in the military, but I'm a pro wrestler. I was nervous about putting myself out there, but once I did, the support, everything, the validation was just amazing.
Yeah.
So you really want to, trust me, the people who's really with you, they're going to support you.
Well, countless wrestlers were from military. You can go throughout time.
Yeah.
So many military officers, and number one, Randy Orton.
Yeah, it's like, I would say, like, out here, especially out here in SoCal, it's like, when the East, where it's like, you know, I learned like a more slow pace and everything. Coming in California, you learn like, like a show wise, or like lucha is more lucha out here.
Yeah.
Everything, just greatness and all that stuff. I'm just glad that I had an opportunity to learn from the East and also here in the West,
Yeah.
different styles to bring it together, and then, you know, make something out of it the best way I can.
Yeah.
And like, just shout out to Millennium Pro Wrestling for actually like welcoming me to their arms and everything, like making me part of their roster from my tryout match and everything. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then closing out, our final big question: what are your goals in pro wrestling and just in life in general?
Well, my goal is to be financially stable in doing what I love, which is wrestling.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Growing up, like, of course, you know, I was like, yo, I want to be in WWE and everything and all that stuff, you know, like, don't get me wrong, like, I still had that. You know what I mean? To make it to, like, a major company, whoever it is, those company is, like WWE or AEW, anything like that, or Ring of Honor, New Japan, anything. It's just the fact that I just want to be, like, you know the saying, if you do what you love, you don't have to work a day in your life.
Come on.
And that's what I want. So that's what I want for me. Like, of course, I want a family and kids in the future. I definitely do, know what I mean? So.
Ladies?
I'm just saying, like, you know, it's like, especially like me, like even in the dating scene, I tell them, like, they're like, oh, you're in the military, what do you do? I'm like, well, like, I cook, you know, I also do chef stuff. I also cook, but I'm pretty much a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes they were like, but then sometimes it was like, oh, okay, so what else you tell me about it?
Yeah.
Like, ask me questions and everything. So, but that's the main goal. It's like, I want to be financially stable, doing what I love, especially like for my family, my nieces, my nephews, my mom and my dad, who sacrificed so much when they came here. My sister, who's been busting her ass since day one. Excuse my language. She has, I mean, she's a Army wife, and plus she has 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? So like, I want to do it for them and everything. And really, the main thing I want to do for them, but I also want to do it for myself, because I never really like reached for something for myself besides like graduating school and all that stuff, but like the dream wise, doing what you want to do, this is really what I love. It's like, I found something I enjoy and something that I'm actually good at. So I'm not the best, but like, I'm not promising to be perfect, but I'll try my best to be great. As simple as that. I mean,
that's what's up.
It's just been a ride since I came out here meeting this guy, and I'm saying, so I'm just blessed on this journey that I've been going on so far. Like, it's it's like, don't ask God to order your steps if you ain't gonna move your feet.
Come on.
You gotta put the
Come
work.
on. You hear that?
Like, my dad's an elder at my church, so of course, like, Bible stuff has been as simple as that. He taught me how to keep my faith in God, but also being strong within yourself. My mom, definitely, I have her energy and everything. I mean, I'm Caribbean. It doesn't matter.
There was a CeeLo, Outkast CeeLo. One of my favorite songs of all time. Outkast featuring CeeLo on the Soul Food Drown soundtrack. He said, CeeLo said, you got to realize that the world's a test. You can only do your best and let him do the rest. Mm-hmm. You got your life, you got your help, so quit procrastinating and do it yourself. You remember that song?
Yeah, that's my soul food, bro. Like,
that is one of the strongest. CeeLo, that verse, CeeLo and Andre just be with them Jim. Shout out to Big Boy too. But CeeLo and Andre, everybody gives Jay-Z credit for those bars. But for the love of God, CeeLo and Andre 3000.
Andre 3 Stacks is one of the best, period.
Just be hitting you with some stuff that not only your mental, but your soul. Yeah. And it just they say stuff that hit your soul. And you be like, damn. It was deep. That is so deep. And you see, you just said it, but it also coexists. And, we are all, all religions except, also goes into the Bible, which you was just saying. And it just all blends, and it's just so positive energy. It's just so motivational, so inspirational.
I would say, especially, me coming from the East, the West is a whole different world. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, of course, you got to mentally prepare yourself for that or whatever. Yeah. But also, it's like, going through, the dark times that I have, even recently. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that I had to keep my faith in God. Like, one of my main, two of my main homies from back in Virginia, they out here in California. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, those you know what I mean? They're like blood to me. Shout out to my bro AJ and shout out to my bro Gumby. You know what I mean? So, my bro AJ, we knew each other for almost 12 years. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we hung out together and all that stuff, did a lot together. And then he joined the military, he got stationed out here. And so we relinked, and it's nothing like lost time. And Gumby, we knew each other back in VCU, shout out VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University. And he's a dancer, but every match I've ever had, he was there. He recorded it and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's just good to come to a different spot, but also having people that were there with you from the start to help you, to guide you with everything. You know what I'm saying? Coming out, like I said, coming out here, you know what I mean, and wrestling for different promotions, shout out Millennium Pro Wrestling, D6, Amped Up, Compton Mania, Big Valley in Vegas, Versus Pro in Vegas. It's just the amount of appreciation I have for the people that actually really gave this guy a shot, you know what I mean? Especially this guy definitely gave me a shot for a lot and definitely put me on to a lot of places. So it's the gratitude. You got to be grateful for the journey, no matter your wins or your losses. Yeah. So that's how I'm taking it, and that's how it's forever gonna be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And one thing I'm gonna add on is, like I said, I put people up, and you don't owe me nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just all part of doing a greater deed, goodwill, helping brothers out. Like I said, people paved the way for me. And it's even deeper than that. Our ancestors paved the way for us. They paved the dude. So, a lot of people get people I made him, and, I should get money for. Nah, man, it's not even about that. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time, unless it's some business, you guys are doing. But other than that, it's just the greater good, you know what I'm saying? And helping brothers out, So that's what I do. My grandfather taught me that. My dad instilled that on me. And like I said, just provide those to everybody, best I can. I tell my cameraman, I ain't got much, but I give you what I can. You feel me? And that's what it's all about, because it's all about, it takes this little seeds to be planted to help grow.
Right.
You feel me? So we're gonna close out. Talk about your merch.
Oh. Well, not the Gatorade. I'm not sponsored.
I wish.
Hey.
We wouldn't be in my mom's backyard. We'd be in the studio downtown.
Right.
So, Universal somewhere.
Out there. I am the leader of a group called The Collective. But right now, we have these pins right here. We have a white one, and we have the dark ones. I am gladly selling them to anybody that is willing, that would love one. You know what I'm saying? And Shoot, I'll probably charge maybe 5 for one, and then maybe if you get both, I will cut the price and everything, and even free shipping for you. So it's the it's the it's simply the emblem of the team. I mean, but also I am also affiliated with a team called RNS, the Royal Nerd Society.
Okay.
I mean, we are a group of creatives. No matter what we do, we have, they have a wrestler. I mean, but they also have actors. We have dancers, models, everything. And we're trying to bring more creatives in Los Angeles together. We want to do more for the community. So please check us out on Instagram called RNS underscore collective. So please check us out. I'll send you the information and everything.
Yeah. I'm glad you told me. Yeah.
And also, check out my Instagram, _Olijah Friday. Follow me and everything, because we have so much going on and so much that we want to do. But yes, simple as that. Like, shout out to everybody that really believed in me from since day one and still do. Shout out to
Was it V or V?
V.
V.
THE _Olijah Friday.
So one more time for the camera.
Oh, V THE _Olijah OLIJAH FRIDAY. That is my Instagram. So, please also RNS. Please check us out. But thank you, guys. But like I said, shout out to everybody that really looked out for me since I've been here. Shout out to Sean Black for inviting me here. Shout out to Amped Up for having me be part of their roster. Shout out to Millennium Pro Wrestling for having me be part of their roster. Shout out to everybody that ever booked me for one show or many shows, no matter what it is. Even if it's Jack Comedy Wrestling, like shout out Jack Comedy Wrestling, shout out Big Valley versus everybody. Shout out to every creative out there, no matter what you do. Shout out to every person out there watching, no matter what you do. I mean, so just keep your dream alive, keep going, because you are the only thing stopping you from being great. So, I mean, we just trying to do the best we can. I'm trying to do the best I can. I know you're trying to do the best you can. If you wake up, that means there's still work to be done to fulfill your purpose. So make sure you do that, for real.
Yeah. Let's get it. Wise words from a wise brother. This has been another episode of 310 TV. I am your host, Sean Black. Keep tuning in. Make sure to check out the YouTube channel. I'm gonna point down, so hopefully Jason can make it go across. Support me here. Wait a little. Cash App, Venmo. Like I said, it goes. Like I said, I'm not up here for greed. I'm not up here to wear Jordans and 1,000 chains. We're putting this back into the pot. You know what I'm saying? Take care. Get a good cameraman thing. So we want to keep this show going. So it all depends on the help of you and myself, of course. So appreciate you for anybody who support. This is the Urban Juggernaut, Sean Black, and that's the latest episode of 310 TV. We're out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wash your hands.